Hey everyone, welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution Challenge Mode. Today we're going to be showcasing my 5-star Isla Pena park. It's on Jurassic difficulty. As you can see, the time is 14:15. I think I'm going to use the... Well, basically, it took me 14 hours and 9 minutes, which is way, way, way above par time, which I think was 8 hours. Yeah, right there, 8 hours at the top. However, I still get the skins, which to me is all that really matters. I'm gonna get this contract done real quick. I am incubating a wetland T-Rex skin. And I will also briefly showcase the new Alamimus skin, which I honestly already forgot which one that was. I think it was Savannah. I'm pretty sure it was Savannah. Alrighty. So, as you can see, I'm at 5 stars temporarily because I just released this Troodon. But I'm basically right on the threshold. I got to 5 stars when I had a Ceratosaurus in this enclosure, and our T-Rex killed it and absorbed the reputation, but that actually wasn't quite enough to get me over the 6,000 reputation limit. See, I'm at 5,976. We have a welfare penalty of 90 due to the tranquilized Troodon. Hopefully this T-Rex that I'm about to make here is much higher rating than the one that I'm going to replace it with. So I do think that will keep us permanently above 5 stars until my dinosaurs start dying off from old age. So let's just start with the tour in case you haven't been sticking with the whole playthrough. I do have an entire 7-part playthrough, I think, for this. So here's our opening. We have a power center, a monorail, and a shelter. I built this gate and this fence just kind of for looks. I've actually almost never had to drive all the way up here. I just kind of like the idea of when you come in, you're like, oh, there's a fence here, because this is all like untamed wilderness, even though it really isn't. So as you can see, you take the monorail in. It goes around our T-Rex kingdom. I wanted T-Rex to be the big star of the island because you get the T-Rex skin for beating this on Jurassic difficulty. I put Deinonychus in with them in the enclosure. As you can see, I haven't messed with the social stats, but I think I did tamper with the stress inhibitor, and the social bar is maximized with these Deinonychus. And we also have 2 T-Rexes together. That is because I tampered with the social genes for the T-Rex so they can happily coexist, but if one of them ever died, the other one actually gets stressed out for not having a partner. This is the viewing platform I have for the enclosure. The Deinonychuses will actually square off and kind of pseudo-fight each other because they're at the max social limitation. But they won't actually hurt each other. And in case you're curious, this is the Tundra skin for the T-Rex. And let's see, this is the Vivid Deinonychus, if it could stay still. We've got the regular Deinonychus. And we've got Alpine and Jungle as well. Jungle is from 5-starring. Isla Nublar on any difficulty. So like I said, that was kind of the main carnivore attraction, mainly because I wanted to showcase the T-Rex. The monorail drops you off right here, and you got a hotel, which overlooks the Herbivore paddock. Pretty much all of it is within viewing range except for this little area here. This is also at max capacity, as you can see by the social bar on the Parasaurolophus. We have Parasaurolophus, Struthiomimus, Cretasaurus, and Edmontosaurus in here. Here's another viewing area down here. And that's the Taiga Edmontosaurus that you get from 5-starring Matanceros on any difficulty. We've got gift shop and fast food. I actually think I could maybe get rid of this one, but I'm keeping it because I think that this viewing gallery here is a little too far away for this one, and it would lower my facility rating. All of my buildings are down here, but I like to kind of have them separated and out of the way. Let's get these out of the way real quick. I'm gonna get those 2 contracts done just to make sure I don't get sabotaged in the middle of this playthrough. Alright, so then the monorail takes you down here. I have that dirt path in there to help me when I need to take the Jeep up. And that's going to drop you off down here, where we have 3 enclosures. We have a Jurassic era themed enclosure with the gyrosphere. This one has 2 Brachiosaurus, I think 4 Diplodocus, 3 Camarasaurus, 3 Huayangosaurus, 3 Chunkingosaurus, and 3 Archaeonithomimus, which are meant to be the Dryosaurus style size dinosaur replacement, because we don't have any of those in the game currently. As you can see, this exhibit is also maximized, the Chunkingosaurus population bar. The only reason it's not all the way at the top is because there is a Archaeonithomimus so far away that it's not popping up on its radar. At least that's as far as I'm aware. Over here we have our Ceratopsid enclosure, where we have Torosaurus, Triceratops, Styracosaurus, and Sinoceratops. It's a little crowded in here. The Torosaurus is at max population, as you can see. So, alright, and then lastly we have our Ceratosaurus and Dilophosaurus enclosure. We have 3 Ceratosaurus and a lot of Dilophosauruses. Some of these are actually, their health isn't at max because they're struggling to get food and water. Unfortunately, that's kind of one of the downsides of trying to fit this many dinosaurs on this tiny little island. But as you can see, the social bar is maximized for the Dilophosaurus, and I have a big body of water and 3 separate carnivore feeders. So, other than that, I have a medium power station here. My helicopter and dual jeeps are down on this area of the island, so I do have to drive them all the way up here whenever there's an issue in this area of the island. And that's about it, really. We've got the fast food here, which is, I only needed to hire 2 staff members for any building on this island, because it's just so much smaller. Okay, scratch that, 3 for this one here. So, That's really about it. I have a full playthrough. This is more of just like a tour episode, and I wanted to showcase the skins. So let's look at the Gallimimus first. I mean, it definitely actually looks a little bit different. It's looks more like what I would consider to be a coastal skin rather than savanna. Interestingly, immediately takes a nap. I'm gonna take a quick screenshot of this guy. And I am not going to be cruel to my new Gallimimus. I'm going to tranquilize it and give it to another park instead of feeding it to the T-Rex. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have our pilot tranquilize the other. There's 2 T-Rexes in here, and one of them, I think this one, is significantly lower reputation than the other one, so we're going to trade out that T-Rex for our wetland T-Rex, which we're going to basically spend the rest of the episode showcasing that T-Rex. I'm going to just take control of the helicopter to kind of speed this up a bit. Let's see, which T-Rex is it? They both, well, I'll just let it take back control, I guess. Because I know I clicked on the right one. So if anyone is looking for some tips, I do have a full playthrough. However, I will say that using the Dr. Wu DLC, genetic modifiers, which allow you to decrease the space requirements and increase the social needs of the dinosaurs, was extremely helpful for me. If I would have done that from the start, I could have put more ceratopsids in here, I could have put more Dilophosauruses in here, could have put more Stegosaurs in here. But I actually ended up just barely having enough reputation, it would seem, to get to 5 stars. And I know it says I'm not at 5 stars at the bottom, but I do have the skins unlocked. And I made sure to see wetland pattern down there. I'm pretty sure that when I get rid of the welfare penalty and replace this T-Rex, I think it'll actually be back to 5 stars, or at least really, really close to it anyway. Alright, let's welcome our wetland T-Rex to the park. So yeah, a lot of people, and I would agree, this is very, very close to a Lost World Jurassic Park 3 style skinned T-Rex with the more green textures. We'll take a much closer look in just a minute. This place is all empty. I'm not really going to worry about the contracts for now. I've been doing them pretty regularly, so I'm hoping we're not going to get sabotaged during this mini tour of the park. So as you can see, Dune here, our other T-Rex, is going to start to feel lonely because its social needs are too. But we have a new T-Rex on its way. I actually think Dune will be higher rated and will remain the alpha because of the combat infamy stat. The T-Rex that's on its way has a base stat of 308, I think. Alright, here we go. Yeah, that one, I mean, it's not quite the same, but I will say this is pretty close to a Lost World JP3 skin T-Rex. So we will name it Buck in honor of, well, Roland calls it. Most people refer to it as the Buck Rex from the Lost World. So we're gonna just spend the rest of this enjoying the new T-Rex. It's probably gonna square off and fake fight for dominance, which it will probably lose that fight, because it's only got a brief screenshot there. Maybe that'll be the title picture, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm curious what y'all think. This is probably one of the more exciting skins. I don't really understand why they don't go full out and just release a full pack of skins that are basically the same as the movies. T-Rexes will fight each other for territory literally like every 10 seconds, which is kind of fun. They're actually more worried about fighting each other than breaking out when you have them together, which is kind of a nice perk. Yeah, as you can see, Dune here is still the alpha because of the extra combat infamy reputation. The Deinonychus is like, you can have it. Something's low on health, probably because of food. No, it's eating right now, so hopefully that'll fix it, but that's just unfortunately, I don't know if you saw, pretty much every single dinosaur in my enclosures, the social stats are maxed on every single species. Let me show you here. See the population for the Chunkingosaurus, now that it's a little bit more centrally located, it is maximized. And that's just, I was basically, a lot of these dinosaurs I could have sold and made. Once you get really late in the game, you unlock the success rate 4.0, which if you use 2 of those, you can play around with 80% viability. And I could have maybe spared 1 or 2 dinosaurs from being in the enclosures, but I ended up getting 5 stars that way. And you can actually see where we are at 5 stars. We are over the 16 minimum species, so we have a 0 variety penalty, and our dinosaur rating is just above the 6,000 bar. So yeah, compared to Isla Matanceros, this island was a little more interesting. It was definitely harder to fit the dinosaurs. On Isla Matanceros, I didn't really have a single enclosure that I thought was overpopulated, whereas this one definitely does. The Dilophosaurus and the Ceratopsid enclosures feel overpopulated. This one actually, I know I have a lot, and they kind of tend to herd together like this, but this is a pretty big enclosure. I don't really think that this one is too bad. This one is pretty spread out. I actually think this one looks fairly natural, aside from the Diplodocuses are so big horizontally that having more than two of them always looks kind of funky to me. And then this one is a little overpopulated, but part of that is because they don't spread out very much, and I only have one lake, and I have the two feeders right next to each other, so nothing too crazy. This island definitely rewards you for toying around and maximizing the social and habitat genes that you get with the Dr. Wu DLC. But overall, the rewards for it, I think the better ones that you can get on the challenge modes, and the Gallimimus skin actually was more unique looking than I thought it would be. It made the whole dinosaur a different color, so... Alright, y'all, I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, I've got a whole playthrough if you're just jumping in to see the final product, the tour of the 5-star park and the skins. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. I don't know which island I'm going to tackle next, or honestly if I will at all, because some of the other skins you get aren't as exciting as these first couple islands, the Matanceros and Isla Pena's T-Rex. But I'm thinking of maybe doing Isla Sorna, just because I think the island would be really fun. But, I don't know. I'm kind of not sure which island I want to tackle next. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully it helped y'all in your pursuits of 5-star Jurassic